Hello, everyone. This is Bo from Bo's Slow English. Today, I am doing my second interview. I'm going to be interviewing my best friend. Her name is Lily, and she is all the way on the other side of the United States, where I was originally from. So you're going to hear a lot of new vocabulary. It's okay if you don't fully understand what we're talking about. You can read the captions above and you can always replay the video. So before we get started with the interview, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And now I'm going to introduce my BFF, which is best friends forever, Lily. Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
How's it going for you? It is what time over there? It's
Almost 9 p.m.
8:51. Yes. Thank you for joining so late. What did you do today?
Well, I had a very long day. I have two really young boys. One is 2, one is 4. So we were really busy. This morning, I woke up very early at 4-ish a.m. Because my husband and I are running the Berlin Marathon. So I needed to get a long run in, and I had a 10-mile run this morning. And so I've been up since 4. After I got back, the kids and I went to a local farm to go blackberry picking. We actually met another Korean family there that happened to just be there, and this little grandfather tried to give our sons some blackberries to chow on, and it was very, very cute. But afterwards, we also had a little treat. We went to a different farm. It is a creamery, a place where essentially they can create dairy products, whether it's cheese or ice cream. And the specialty here was ice cream. And so the boys got to have vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream. And then we came home, took a little bit of a break, and then went to a friend's party. So it was a very, very busy day.
Sounds really eventful.
It was quite eventful.
Eventful means that you did a lot today, a lot of different events. Events are usually parties, but if you say something is, or today was eventful, then you just had a really busy day. Fun fact, this farm, or one of the farms that Lily went to today, I used to work there. It was my very first job in Baltimore, Maryland, when I was 14 years old. And I remember I would finish school and I would have to walk from my bus stop to the farm. And I was always late. And because I was always late, I got fired.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't make it to work on time. Nobody was driving me. I had to walk, whatever. I learned a lot from Miss Joanne. I actually remember she taught me how to properly use a broom. There is a very efficient way in how you hold it. And little did I know that a few years later, I would be sweeping a lot at the hair salon. So I am grateful for learning that from Miss Joanne. Great. So you had a very busy day. I'm sure you're super tired. So again, I thank you for coming on my YouTube.
Of course.
My subscribers love to learn about what I do on a daily basis, my daily routine. So I would love to hear that myself, and I'm sure they want to hear it from you too.
Yeah. I would say most days are not like today. Usually they're very sort of boring, but usually I will wake up fairly early, and either my husband or I will have a run before our kids wake up. And then we usually will eat breakfast, pack the boys' lunches, rush to get them ready, and then drop them off at daycare. And then I usually start work immediately when I get home. I work from home. So my company is actually located in San Francisco, so in California, but everybody works remotely. So I get to just sit in front of my computer in my office and get to start my day. So I work for a health tech startup. We help members with chronic conditions, so like diabetes, hypertension, pre-diabetes. So a lot of medical preconditions that we're helping members to fix. And I support a team of customer success managers. So I know that's a lot of very difficult words, but the long short of it is we're helping clients and customers make sure that their employees are getting the help that they need to enroll into our programs.
Amazing. That sounds like a fulfilling job or a rewarding job.
Yes, it absolutely is a very rewarding job. I sometimes when you are really, really busy and sometimes you have really hard days, but when you remember the core of it, of you're being able to help people at the end of the day, manage their health, be healthier, and then also help employers help their employees. It's very fulfilling in a couple of ways, actually.
I have a question for you that maybe my subscribers are thinking. What is the definition of chronic?
Yes, that is a great question. So, chronic is something that is long lasting, something that happens every day. It happens, it can get worse over time or it could get better over time. But basically, what it means is you're living with something every day.
Can you give us an example of a chronic condition?
Yes, a chronic condition can be like diabetes. So you are managing your blood levels every single day, managing how high your sugar spikes. Sometimes you might need to take medication. Sometimes you might need to prick your finger to give blood to figure out where your blood is within your glucose levels. So that is a chronic condition.
Great. For anyone who doesn't know the word prick, prick is where you take a little needle and you poke yourself. So this is poking, but when you're pricking yourself, it's usually with something sharp. So you learned a new verb today, to prick. Um, okay, so what's it like to work from home?
Yeah, working from home actually wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. I will say, thanks to COVID, a lot of people actually had to start working from home because that was the new normal. So when I ended up switching a job where it was fully remote or at home, it felt a little bit like an easy transition. And I will say it's very convenient. It makes my life a little bit more flexible. I can run out and get lunch if I want to. I can do laundry at the same time. But of course, that also means I can be flexible after my standard work day. So if I take time during the day, I will maybe work a little bit longer in the evening. So I find working from home very convenient for my life, especially with two really young kids.
Have you learned to have boundaries with work? What I mean by that is a typical work day is 8 hours long, but when you're at home and your work is in your home office, do you cut off at a certain point?
Yeah, this is a great question. I manage a team across the entire country. So people on the West Coast, in the Midwest, and then also on the East Coast. So I try to be flexible to be available for my team, which makes it harder to create the right type of boundaries. But with a family, you have to make the right choices to make sure it works best for you. I think boundaries are really, really important to make sure your mental health is okay, but you're also meeting the needs of the job as well. So there are set schedules that I usually have. Usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays is where I will dedicate time to work after the kids go to sleep. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will try to just work my normal 8 hours.
Very good. I'm glad you have boundaries. For those of you who don't know what boundaries are, so boundaries, think of it as your
Limit?
yeah, that's a good word. It's your limit. Boundaries requires you to think about yourself and what your needs are and where your limitations lie. So, for example, we're talking about working a typical 8-hour day in America. That's usually the full day, but sometimes you work a little bit extra if you work from home because it's easy to sit in front of the computer and work 9 hours, 10 hours easily. So I'm so glad that you have learned to have boundaries with that. It is my dream to be able to work from home, and I am working towards that with my English teaching YouTube channel. So if I can work from home full time, that means that I can create more videos for you. Also, what's this? Lily, what is this?
That means I hope that this happens.
Yes, fingers crossed. I don't know where this comes from, but this is what Americans do.